I think identity is one of those interesting things where depending how you define it, identity could fit into infrastructure, right? Where identity is a big part of security companies, right? Where you're solving sort of for permissions and authentication. I think then there's identity when you get to financial services, which is those things, but you also get into sort of KYC or KYB and ongoing sort of verification or validation of your customers. So the way I look at it is there's still in this day and age, despite all the progress we've made, a lot of friction in commerce. Right? When you're trying to buy something from a website or an app, if you need to authenticate yourself, or if you're a small business on a platform, commerce or marketplace, before you can start selling, you need to go through all these different steps, and nobody solved it perfectly. And I think to your point, one cat and mouse is between fraudsters and legitimate users. The other, I think, sort of chicken and egg issue from a payments or identity standpoint is somebody has to either be willing or a government has to play this central role, right? Where if I'm going to KYC Miguel, okay, I've done it once. I now have this information. Everyone else who wants to do it is going to have to go through all the same steps. So Miguel has to go through it 10 times. Could you get a central body that is able to say, I've already done it once and I can passport it to you? Right. And then let's say for whatever reason, something gets triggered annually or every 3 years where I need to ask you to update, your social security number or your passport copy. Today, you have to do it across multiple entities, right? Whether if you're a consumer or small business. Again, could we centralize those aspects? And I think some of that gets into, again, who is that entity? Is it going to have to be government or governments, or can a, private entity take on that responsibility? Will everyone else trust them? And how do you do it in a way that's compliant with data privacy, which also varies in different parts of the world?